Do you know the one thing us students used to go through? School, of course. We used to go to school. We physically be present at school. But look at us now. Even our beds can be our school because we're learning online. Good morning, everyone. My name is Shakira Rahma from Tunas Mekar Indonesia Senior High School. As I previously mentioned about school, let us think back to what school was like before the pandemic and how it was actually easier, simpler than we think. Before the pandemic, our students would wake up early to go to school. After arriving at school, we would head to class. There, we could greet our friends and our teachers face to face. Studying in the classroom makes the teacher's explanation more understandable because we are able to interact with the educator directly. However, school before the pandemic had some weaknesses. We were blind to technology and we cannot be independent students since we depended on the school so much. The school had already provided the whole schedule for us to follow. Furthermore, there are students whose houses were far away from school. They had to prepare themselves earlier than other students. Besides, parents will have no idea of their children's whereabouts or supervise them at school or after school. Despite the weaknesses, we actually had fun during the school activity. We could share our stories, make jokes, and laugh with our friends in class, even though we were not allowed to use our mobile phones. Because direct communication is more interactive than virtual communication. Today, let us look at our current situation. We are in the middle of the pandemic. Thus, many schools have decided to change their learning platforms to online. And it was a shock for us all, but what could we do? Should we only hope that we'll go back to the era before the pandemic without doing anything? We cannot change or rewrite time. The occurrence of the pandemic was uncontrollable. And as students, we have to cope, adapt, and face it in order to continue our study. Well then, I'll give you several points that could impact all students' experiences. Despite the facts that I've mentioned, we didn't expect that would happen in our generation. Well, however, ladies and gentlemen, like it or not, this is what we are facing. And yes, we cannot deny the fact that students are experiencing and feeling negative emotions and having the difficulty to look out for their well-being and adapting. Well, humans are required to adapt to any situation. It is a part of growing up to accommodate with different styles and understanding our own recognition of different environments. For example, schools have decided to use Zoom as their learning media. Why not we try it and enjoy it? People always say that the future belongs to those who master technology. But ladies and gentlemen, now is the future. It is now time for us to learn technology. As you know, technology plays an important role because we're in the middle of the pandemic. Besides using it as our school's learning media, we can use it even further by attending online classes outside our schools. For example, we can attend self-development classes, foreign language courses, and more. Traditionally, we attend a class physically, but with technology, we can attend any online schools we like. Besides, there are still many things dealing with technology that we can use now and in the future. If we do not master technology, other people will be more advanced and eventually leave us behind. And if we actually master technology, it will give us many beneficial results. The pandemic also changes how we manage ourselves because our time is not entirely at school. We should do activities that impact us positively, and we should take time on improving and managing ourselves. For example, rather than scrolling through your social media or playing online games on your phone, why not we try to improve ourselves? If we can manage ourselves, we can learn new things, do new things, or perhaps start an online business or spreading positive information on your social media. An example at my school is an activity that we call I Love Friday. On certain Fridays, the school hosts podcasts for students that could gain their knowledge more, and physical exercises so they could keep themselves fit. In short, ladies and gentlemen, in the pandemic, there are so many things that could affect students. The environment drastically changes, and as time keeps evolving, we students must learn to adapt to any different situations. Acknowledging the existence of self-awareness is a form of maturity. Dealing with technology, we have no excuse for being uneducated. Just looking up on your mobile phones and searching on the internet, we have all the materials waiting for us to learn. With technology, we can learn anywhere, anytime. It is a door to innovation in education. Last but not certainly the least, rather than doing useless things, why not we try to improve ourselves so our time in the pandemic would not be a waste? If we don't do anything beneficial for us, then what is the point? Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the point that I want to get across is that, is school before the pandemic better than now? Well, you may say yes, but ladies and gentlemen, we cannot avoid this phenomenon. So let us keep moving forward so our time in the pandemic would change us into better people. My name is Shakira Rahma Alaya from Tunas Mekar Indonesia, and thank you for your attention.